my first Guinness in Ireland. Good at music here, that's for sure in Ireland.
Had to happen.
We're actually lucky that it's rained on us
For
today.
the authentic experience.
With the authenticity.
We're Keith and Dev, and we're trying to make the most of each day with adventures big and small around the world. In our last video, we explored Cork, Ireland, and today we're in Dublin.
Subscribe to follow along.
Good morning from Dublin!
We're overlooking the city right now, and it's a bit of a rainy, grey day, but that's normal, I guess, because it's Ireland.
We are really excited to explore today. We don't know what the day is going to have in store, and we just want to take in as much as we can because we're only here for one day.
Yeah, get back to our roots. O'Halloran, that's my last name. It's pretty Irish.
We're staying at a place called Clink, which is a hostel right downtown Dublin, and they have breakfast for €10.50, but it's unlimited, and it's actually a really good deal for Dublin, we're learning, and it looks amazing. I'm very excited to eat, but before we jump into our food, we wanted to quickly show you our room. We did a brief tour when we arrived, because of course it's messy now. Welcome to our space here at the Clink Hostel in downtown Dublin. We could not have a better location, so we are going to show you around our room. This is a hostel, so there are dorm rooms, but we have a private room. It's very simple, but is everything we need and right downtown. So you come in here, this is our space. We have a lovely bathroom right here. It's very simple, but it has exactly what we need. And by that, I mean conditioner. Most hostels or places don't even have conditioner. Hotels sometimes don't. This one does, and it's awesome. Very clean as well. There's a little space right here with a mirror and a place to put your stuff, garbage and recycling. And then you come into the main area. In the main area, we have a really nice double bed with plugs right by our bed so we can put our phones, lights, so we don't have to get out of bed to turn off the light. And then the best part of this room is the view. We have a beautiful view of Dublin. It has awesome lighting in here. There's storage for our bags and a little seating area right here. It's simple, but it's exactly what you need to be right downtown Dublin.
Well, this is a lovely hostel. Actually, a really nice vibe, and it had really good breakfast. Okay, now it's time to explore.
And we're literally right downtown, so we don't even need to walk that far to go explore. So right downtown Dublin, and behind me, is the Halfpenny Bridge. And it is called that because it's a pedestrian bridge. As you can see, people are walking. And according to the internet, it used to be only 10 days a year you could cross the bridge for free, and every other day you would have to pay a toll of a penny. So that's why it's called the Halfpenny Bridge. Wow. Again, that's what I read. Just say Pop, it's right. But that's
are there trolls living
underneath? Yeah, it's actually quite beautiful. Apparently it's great for sunset too, but at the moment it's cloudy and it's the middle of the day. So.
Let's see how many kilometers we put in to our little feet today. We've been doing like 20K and at least 15K. Yeah. We'll see. It's Europe, right? So you walk a lot.
And
but
it's nice walking.
We're not afraid to do that.
It's a beautiful boardwalk.
It's a comfortable temperature with a little down jacket, and yeah, let's just go check out Dublin.
Continuing with Devon's bridge tours, behind me we have the O'Connell Bridge, which, fun fact, was built in 1790, and then 100 years later it was expanded to like make up for all the traffic, so it's wide. And fun fact, it is now as wide as it is long, apparently. Pretty neat, so we'll go over and check out, because here you can only see how pretty it is, not how wide it is. See? That's a pretty wide bridge, I would say.
Big square.
Yeah, literally.
Okay, that looks like a hilarious tourist activity, but that's kind of neat.
That actually looks fun.
It's a bus boat, I guess? Boat bus?
And they're all in Vikings hat. It is a touristy city, so there's lots of foreigners here, like
Absolutely.
us. The seagulls here are a lot bigger than at home.
They're seagulls, right? Like, they're not Great Lake gulls?
I guess that's fair. They're huge, and they're not really scared of us. They let you get really close before they fly away. If you're not a bird person, maybe don't walk along this boardwalk.
This right here is the Famine Monument, and it's actually really quite significant. Obviously, it was one of the worst eras for Ireland in recent history. In 1845 to 1849, massive famine, the blight of potato, and obviously English cutting their sources and all this stuff. 1 million people passed away. A lot of people immigrated Ireland.
Over 1 million as well immigrated.
And went to Canada, which is where we come in. We have Irish background. My last name is O'Halloran, so my father's ancestors, my dad's side, go on to be Irish from 1800s when they immigrated to PEI in the Maritimes. And we're still walking along the River Liffey. Now behind me is the replica of the Jeannie Johnston, which was a boat that did 16 voyages to Canada. It was actually built in Canada too, immigrating the Irish. And apparently no one passed away out of the 2,500 people that it carried across.
It brought to Canada, and it was during the famine. So very cool, and a success story, because we also read somewhere that a lot of people did pass away during the voyage.
Quite a lot.
Continuing Devon's bridge tour, there are actually 21 bridges here in Dublin along this river. The one behind me being the most famous, it is called the Samuel Beckett Bridge. Each of these bridges are named after a person that was significant here in Ireland. So this person, Samuel Beckett, apparently won a Nobel Prize in literature. And anyways, the bridge is shaped like a Celtic harp, if you can tell, and it actually was built, I think, in 2009 and cost 60 million euros to build. But what's really cool is it rotates 90 degrees so that boats can pass through. So that's pretty neat.
Random tunnel now.
Under a bridge.
Cool. Wow.
Right.
That was cool. Just walked under the highway there. Nothing too exciting. We decided to sit down here in Marion Park.
Yeah, we found a lovely park bench, and this is stunning. It's super green and peaceful. There's I think it's a literary festival going on at the beginning. Like
for kids, and there's chip trucks, and there's just little things going on. It's just really nice. It's a Sunday here in Dublin, so people are out with their families.
Out and about.
It's lovely. Also, hack, bring a towel, like a little microfiber towel, and sit on it, because benches are wet.
And then you can sit on them and
then
not get
your
butts
behind
wet.
is fine.
Yeah. Also, one thing I wanted to say with Dublin is it obviously is the biggest city here in Ireland, but it doesn't feel
over
like
1 million
a city.
people.
Like, it feels fairly quiet. I don't know if it's the time of year, but it's a weekend and it's very chill everywhere.
Yeah. A wild fact that we learned is that Dublin's population still hasn't recovered since the famine and since the immigration.
Yeah, there's still less of a population presently than there was in the 1800s.
By a few million. Isn't that wild?
By the way, if you don't yet have a microfiber towel, we would recommend Tortuga's microfiber towel. We both have one, and they're amazing. We have a link below.
A few moments later, we're now in another park.
Called St. Stephen's Green, which is the oldest public park in Dublin, and apparently dates back to the medieval times, which is kind of cool. Made it to Grafton Street, which is a walking street, I'm assuming known for shopping, because there's a lot of shopping stores, and we have found the people. It is busier here.
There's a lot of busking here, and they're really good. There's something about the acoustics here. Clean, very clean. They're good at music here, that's for sure, in Ireland. Now, this is the campus of Trinity College, which is the oldest university in Ireland, and it's known for
the Book of Kells or Kells?
I think it's the Book of Kells, which is an ancient manuscript, sort of art manuscript, that's also tied to
the Old Testament.
Old Testament.
And it was made by monks over 1,000 years ago, which is pretty amazing.
800 AD. It's a big lineup over there, so I'm not gonna do it.
Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh. Cockles and muscles, alive, alive, oh.
So this is the statue of Molly Malone here. There's a busker behind us because they're everywhere. Molly Malone's famous in, you know, the Cockles and Mussels and Dublin Fair City Irish songs that I sort of grew up with, and that statue over there represents her. Look, you're back on Penny Bridge, and check this out. Nice and sunny over here. Very dark clouds over here. That's Ireland for you. Okay, I booked this like 2 months ago because I was afraid of missing out. We usually sometimes miss out on things, so this I didn't want to miss out on. We're at the Guinness Storehouse, Guinness factory here in Dublin. Okay, so this is like quite a bit more than just a little tour. It's like a whole visual scent, like Disney-like Guinness tour.
That's what I said. You stole what I said.
Credit to Devin. She said it was like Disney. You know what? It's more of an experience. That's what it is.
Isn't that what it's called? This
Guinness experience.
This is actually so cool. The water part was really neat, and now we're in the hops part.
And the next will be yeast.
On this amazing tour, we learned so many things, like the same strain of yeast has been used since 1903, that there's 3.4 quadrillion yeast cells in every brew, that the rich dark color comes from roasted malted barley, that there's double the amount of hops in Guinness than in most other beers, and that Guinness Stout has been crafted at the St. James Gate Brewery since 1759.
One awesome job would be to be a taste tester, because every day the brew has to be tested. That video of them making the barrel was from 1954.
That was really neat.
Really fascinating, actually. What a beautiful craft. They used to make 300 barrels a day. But I mean, took that guy, it made it look like no effort. The guy was really skilled. That was very interesting. This is neat. You get to smell the scents that make up Guinness. There's 4.
Try a little one too.
It's kind of interesting.
See which one you love. Kind of smell
That
from
smells
each
good.
one.
This one definitely smells the best.
Funny enough, this scent right here is a byproduct of the process and is actually more of the coffee roast smell.
So that's
why Devin loves it. I agree, it's my favorite one too. Those are cute.
Thank you.
Right up to your nose, take in all those aromas, then take a big generous mouthful, allowing it to sit on the palate of your tongue, swallow, exhale through the nose. So breathe in through the nose, big mouthful, swallow, out through the nose.
This right here is the only known portrait of Arthur Guinness, correct?
That's what it says.
I took a sip, I was listening to her, she actually was so right. You breathe in and breathe out while sipping it, and you get all the flavors. I'm already halfway through.
I'm going to have a sip of it and then give it to Keith. This is going to be all that I have of it, because as you know, I'm allergic to it,
She'll
but
react.
I have to try it.
Yeah, you're here.
Okay.
Cheers, Devin. Well, breathe in, breathe out, and you get all those flavors.
Look at the, what is this called? What is this called again?
The head?
No, that's not what they called it. The yellow,
The cream.
foamy stuff. Remember there was a name for it. That the
Oh, the
boys
shtick.
told us. The shtick. It's gotta
Look
be
at the shtick. The shtick is it sticks
Okay,
to the
anyways,
glass.
I'll let you drink this.
There you
It
go.
was good, but that's all.
Sorry, it was busy in there, but yeah, that was actually amazing. It's so tasty. And after all these floors of learning about it, it's smooth, it's rich, it's dark and bitter, and I love it. I love it. I love Guinness. I love stouts. I love beer.
We know.
Now this segment is about the wonderful world of marketing for Guinness. I mean, it's probably the most important part of this whole thing because that's how we're here and that's why there's so much money here.
Good job.
Now there's headphones and more iPads to learn more about stuff. We're still going here at the Guinness factory.
It's big.
It's very big. Also, the building is sort of shaped like a pint of Guinness. Isn't that wild? If you take the stairs, you take the escalators, and you walk through the entire thing, they definitely do make you work for it. See the edge of that building there? The curvature on the top of this glass lookout? It's the head of the beer, which is wild. Okay, here I go, having my first Guinness in Ireland, actually, and at the Guinness Storehouse. It's very smooth. It's very smooth. That's very good. Wow. Woohoo!
I'm here for the view.
Thanks, Devin, for coming with me, and even though you can't have any of the beers, I really appreciate it. Happy to be here, honestly. My parents came here way back in the day, and I've wanted to come ever since. Well, here I go, second Guinness. Thank you, Devin. Sort of an expensive Guinness because we bought the ticket for the tour. But worth it, it was very interesting, very well done. And now we have a beautiful view of Dublin. And if you know me, I love my viewpoints. Otherwise you feel sort of claustrophobic in a city. It's lovely to see it like this, bird's eye view. Okay, we walked out of the Guinness Storehouse and we're now at the Brazen Head pub, which is considered one of the oldest, or the oldest, pub in Ireland.
It dates back to 1198 being a hostelry, it's called, which is like an inn/pub. Not this building, this specific building is from 1754.
Still ancient.
And then there's documents saying this specific Brazen Head pub has been around since like 16 something, but in a different building, but in this spot. So pretty cool. We're drinking history here.
All right,
expensive history.
Expensive history for tourists.
We're
in Dublin. I'm drinking a Kilkenny, which is another very good stout here, Irish stout.
I'm just having a cider because gluten free, but it's delicious.
Oh yeah, I love Kilkenny. I'm drinking Kilkenny in Ireland. Look at that, that's awesome. And Guinness.
Cheers.
Cheers, Deb.
We found shelter under the bridge.
We just left and we found the oldest building in Dublin, which is Christchurch. And we're under the bridge right now.
It's a very pretty church, and it's also we're in Dublin in Ireland, which means it's pouring rain. But hey, we have not experienced this yet, so it had to happen.
We're actually lucky that it's raining on us
For
today.
the authentic experience.
For the authenticity.
We're in Temple Bar, which is an area that has a lot of pubs and bars, we believe. So we might try and find some live music and see where the night
dry up.
takes us.
Okay, this is the old storehouse.
Oh, there you go.
And this is the third time this happens. The music just ended because the set ends at 8:30.
I have to say, even in the rain, this is a very, very nice area. And it's nice just like going into each of the pubs and hearing the live music. It is very different than Cork. If you watched our last video, Cork was really authentic Irish music and like very small vibes.
Still your dad, and he's working far away. In the cold and the heat, every hour of the week, on England's motorway.
This is like a lot louder and more music that we're familiar with, which is also fun.
Touristy.
It's just different, yeah, it's a bit more touristy.
And we're back at McConnell Bridge here.
Where we started the day. Also, the rain has stopped, so that's nice, but I'm a little chilled to the bone.
It's a bit cold now, and I think we've realized that Dublin downtown Temple Bar area is like good for going out. But if you're seeking sort of like a quiet bar, it might be harder.
Like that we discovered in Cork.
Yeah, we were so lucky to check out all those amazing bars.
Yeah, so thank you, Jean, for showing us that, because that was really cool.
We're gonna catch some easy food, and we'll see you in our next video.
Yes, because we have an early morning tomorrow, so thank you
very much for watching. Dublin's awesome,
Mm-hmm.
and we look forward to exploring more of Ireland down the road.
Yes, thanks for watching. Continuing with Devon's bridge tours, behind me is the O'Connell. Oh, maybe it's Connor. I think it's Connell. Oh my gosh, what if I get pooped on?
It's good luck.
So whoa, that was close to my face.
I'm actually a genius. You still there?